having a conversation, teaching you guys how to monetize your content. And why is this important? Why should you monetize your content? You should have your own monetization plan because these platforms are making money off of you. And because they are making money off of you, you should have a plan to make money off of them, or at least make money off of the hard work that you're putting in. Most people don't realize that every time you upload a piece of content, every time you upload a piece of content, you are giving yourself an opportunity to make money, and you should take advantage of that opportunity. If you have questions, definitely throw them out there. Be happy to get them answered. I am streaming live on multiple platforms, so if I don't see your question, just ask it again. I'm not intentionally skipping you. I am just looking at multiple things at the same time. But yes, everyone should have a plan for monetization, and your plan for monetization should not include the YouTube Partner Program, TikTok Creativity Fund, or any of those things. It should be something that you can control, because with TikTok and YouTube and any platform out there, you have no control. It can be taken from you at any point. They can just stop offering it, right? You could do everything right, but they could just decide, you know what? We're no longer going to offer this program. And in fact, they do that pretty frequently. Pinterest did it. Pinterest was like, you know what? We're not making as much money as we thought we would. And so we're no longer going to offer this to you. Because at the end of the day, the whole reason these platforms are really offering content creators money is so that they can have more people to create content for them, so that they can make more money with their investors. I mean, and think about this for a second. And every platform performs the same way. They create a new platform. They create a new TikTok or a new YouTube or Vine, whatever it is. But they don't have anybody. They don't have anybody on the platform. And so in order to get people to be on the platform and to create videos, they have to make everybody go viral. And so the algorithm is such that anytime you upload a video, and I mean, if you're not sure, you can look at how YouTube got started. Look at all the quote unquote influencers, content creators that got started first on YouTube. When they first got started, everybody went viral. You could upload yourself sneezing and get 100,000 views. And that's to attract more content creators. That's to attract more viewers, because at the end of the day, it's all about taking this back to your investors. The investors aren't investing in these platforms out of the good of their heart. They want a return on the money that they've spent. And so in the very beginning, they get a bunch of people to join. And then what they have to do is they have to figure out another way to keep people motivated to create content and to view the content. And what's the best way to do that? To offer early adopters ways to make money. And the early adopters with TikTok especially, they paid them RPM, revenue per 1,000 views. And in the very beginning, the RPM was very good, right? Anybody that got started with the YouTube or the TikTok Creativity Fund 3 years ago, 5 years ago, was making a boatload of money. But what's the reason? Why do they do that? They do that because they need more people creating content. They need more eyeballs. And the best way to do that is to pay people, right? The best way to do that is to pay people for simply creating the content. Eventually, you're going to get to a point. Eventually, you're going to get to a point where there's a bunch of people out there creating content for you. And then you can make a decision. And the other thing that, the one thing that I skipped, go back. The one thing that how do I do this? How do I get out of here? Reset and go back. Confirm. We'll confirm. So then what the next issue, the next step is attracting ad buyers, right? You know how every third video on TikTok now is an ad, whether it's a TikTok shop or someone just outright trying to sell you something. That's another revenue stream that was generated by the uh, simply because people are creating content. And because of all of this, these are all simple reasons, and like I said, this can be traced back for generations that that this is how these platforms operate. And so because of that, you should be creating your own content. You should be selling your own products and services. And there's a bunch of different ways you can go about it. Um, but that's the primary reason why you should be selling your own thing, because they're making money off of you, because they can take it away from you at any point. Ooh, excuse me. And you have no recourse. I saw a guy complaining that TikTok wasn't paying him, and he said, "Well, TikTok owes me money." TikTok doesn't owe you any money because you're not in a partnership with them. It's their platform, and they can choose to do what they want. Even more reason why you need to have your own plan. Okay. The other issue too, a lot of people make the mistake is they don't look at themselves like a business. They look at themselves like just a content creator. They're maybe just thinking they're going to do this for funsies or whatever it might be. But it's really important that if you want to be successful, the long term, make sure that you are looking at yourself like an actual business owner. Because when you look at yourself like a business owner, you're going to make better decisions. You're going to make decisions that will put money in your pocket. You won't be just chasing money. Another issue that I see people run into is because they don't have a plan for monetization, they wind up chasing money. They wind up just accepting anything because they're not making they're not making what they feel they should be. Right? How many times have you seen a content creator say, "I have 1 million subscribers, and brand deals only want to pay me $500." That's because they don't know the value of their content. If they knew the value of their content and they had their own products and services to sell, they wouldn't worry about brand deals and sponsorships. I'm not a fan of brand deals and sponsorships either, because what happens is brands will offer to pay you, I don't know, $500 for 5 videos. They're going to sell the product that you're recommending or promoting in your video, and they're going to get access to the customer data. They're going to get access to the names, the emails, and even the money from the customer. Each company has a lifetime customer value, and that's the amount of money that they expect to make per customer. So if they spend $500 with you, they give you $500 to make 5 videos. That's $100 a video. That's not a great deal. But their lifetime value of a customer is $700. They automatically make their money back just by converting one person. So they're borrowing the trust that you've created with your audience to sell digital products and make a bunch of money and not share any of it with you. That's why I don't like brand deals and sponsorships. I mean, they're fine, but I think brand deals and sponsorships should be like icing on the cake. It shouldn't be your primary revenue source. TikTok Shop, TikTok Creativity Fund shouldn't be your primary revenue source because it's so volatile. And if we're going into an economic downturn, for example, some brands aren't going to want to spend money on influencers. They're not going to want to do brand deals and sponsorships, because whenever money gets tight, the first thing that goes is marketing, is the marketing budget. If you guys have questions, definitely throw them out there, because my goal here is to help you create and sell digital assets that can put money into your pockets. I don't know if he's going to make this one. Yeah, got him. Good. But the key is creating a digital product. If you create a digital product, you'll have a customer. That customer will have paid you, and you can make more money with that customer over a long period of time. I just talked about lifetime value of a customer. Way too early. Oh, that was fall. You can have your own lifetime value. So, like every customer you bring in, let's say every customer you bring in has a value of $100, and you have a goal to make, I don't know, $200 a day. You just know that's 2 customers, and you create content that is strategic for that. You create content to work toward that goal. It's much easier to do that than to rely on the volatility of the YouTube Partner Program or the TikTok Shop, right? Because if you're relying on the other issue too, there's a lot of issues. If you're relying on, let's say, the YouTube Partner Program, not every viewer is valued the same. Ooh. For example, I've got viewers all over the world. There are people here in the United States. There's also people in Bangladesh and Italy and all over the place. If I'm relying only on the money from AdSense, the YouTube Partner Program, the people over in India aren't deemed as valuable as someone that is here in the United States because the advertisers aren't willing to invest in that market. People in India and all over the place, they've got money everywhere, right? And so people in India will buy stuff. People from anywhere in the world will buy stuff. That's yet another reason. They might not buy everything, but there are people all over the world that have money, and you can monetize every single person that walks through your door. So I look at content creation, especially video content creation, kind of like digital billboards. Okay. Most people think that content is the end all be all, but I look at it as kind of like the front door. And stick with me here. Hopefully this analogy makes sense. Let me know if it makes sense. Yes. So I look at content kind of like, a platform, for example, YouTube is a traffic source. That's where you go to get attention. And all of my videos are digital billboards. Same with TikTok. I use those digital billboards to get in front of people that might be interested. The best example that I can give you is out down the street here where I live. The busiest road we have is Highway 50, or not Highway, I-94. It's a interstate toll road. It spans the entire country. There are, I would say, over 100,000 people that drive up and down that road at minimum every single day. When you drive up and down that road, you see signs for Quick Trip and McDonald's and Taco Bell and KFC and Shell gas station. Those are billboards, right? Those giant signs with logos, they are letting people know that if you exit here, you can get access to Quick Trip gas, for example. And that's how I look at my content. My content are those little signs that people see when they're driving up and down the road. And it's used to attract people that might be interested in what I have to sell, what I have to discuss, what I have to talk about. And some of those people are going to pull off and they're going to go to my sales page or landing page and they're going to want to learn more, right? They're going to want to see what I have to offer. And some of those people are going to take me up on that offer. That's how I look at content creation. That's how I look at video creation. Most people, I might go off the wall. Most people think that all you got to do is create videos. No, create videos is how you get in front of people. That's how you get the attention. And then what you do with that attention will dictate how successful you are. I didn't even turn my lights on. I should turn my lights on. He might get them. Let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if that analogy makes sense. Because when you start thinking about content creation that way, it's done to attract your audience to you, to introduce yourself to them so they can get to know you. I think that you'll look at creating content a little bit differently, a little bit more strategically. That way, you're not just chasing trends. You're not just creating content to create content. You are creating content with a end goal, with a end purpose in mind. And that's how you build success. It's not through the TikTok shop. It's not through the TikTok Creativity Fund. It's not through the YouTube Partner Program. 1 for 4. It's by having your own solution. And the other benefit of having your own solution, is you're not constantly chasing trends. You're not trying to go viral. We will enter the game. You can create stuff. You can create stuff. You can make stuff. You can do things that you're actually interested and passionate about. And you don't worry about getting burnt out. Right? How many times have creators, quote unquote, taken a break or quit creating content altogether because they're burnt out? They're tired of it. That's what happens when you're jumping on trends and you're creating content that you might not necessarily care about. When you're creating 20 or 30 videos per day, right? That's the issue. He should be out. That becomes the issue. But if you have your own solutions, maybe you create 1 video a day. Maybe you create 3 videos per day. You create whatever that you need to create to help you reach your goal, versus having to make 20 videos, 30 videos about stuff you don't care about, having to try and find brand deals and sponsorships and all sorts of stuff. That's the freedom. Freedom isn't making 20 or 30 videos every single day, because that's a lot of work. Creating all those videos is a ton of work. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you redundancy. What does that mean? Redundancy is a killer. That's why you want to put systems in place. He's going to be safe. I should have went to 2. Anyway, so if you've never been here before, to me the process is really simple. First thing you want to do is you want to identify a group of people that you want to help. People call it a niche, but it's just a group of people that have problems. That's the key. Identify a group of people that have a problem, and just one problem. All you have to do is solve one problem. And the problem doesn't even have to be new. Every single day we see new fitness influencer, right? Every single day we see a brand new fitness influencer. Doesn't have to be new. It just has to be a problem that you can solve for other people. Usually it's a problem that you have solved doing the same thing over and over again. Yeah. Usually it's a problem that you solve for yourself. That's key. I think if you want to be successful, you don't want to get burnt out. Solve a problem for other people that you've solved for yourself. And the reason why I like being a problem solver, what I was asking, what does redundancy mean in the context of what I was saying? I didn't want to swing at that. Being a problem solver allows you to live forever. Versus being an influencer, it's like a pendulum. I didn't want to swing at that one either. Being an influencer, it's like a pendulum. And sell a product that represents that problem. Yeah. So, no, you sell a product that solves that problem. For example, if I wanted to be a fitness influencer, I would create content helping people with their fitness challenges, and then I'd create a digital product that would help them solve the problem of reaching their fitness goals faster or easier. Because usually you can't help everybody in just one video. It takes multiple videos. and you can package that information up. I can't buy a hit. Oh my goodness. Anyway, cancel culture. It's not even really cancel culture. People just get tired. Some of it is cancel culture. Some of it is people get tired of the influencer. Sometimes the influencer becomes they become out of touch. It can be a myriad of things, right? There are going to be people out there that hate you, or not you, but hate the influencer because they have 100,000 or 1,000,000 subscribers, and they're jealous. There are going to be people out there that loved you in the very beginning, but you fell out of favor because like making a digital product, like a workout sheet or something like that. Yeah. Um, you fell out of favor because you're no longer relatable. When you first got started and you were a nobody and you were living in a 3-bedroom house, you were relatable. You were talking about things that made sense. But as your content, as you continue to create content and I don't want to swing at that, you become unrelatable and you start talking about 1%er problems. People are not going to want to watch for that because they're still stuck where they met you. They still think of you as that person that got started in the 3-bedroom house and you were frustrated about trying to make ends meet and all that stuff. But now you're driving a Range Rover and you're going on a vacation that costs more than most people's, I don't know, car payment, house, something. You're no longer relatable, and people start to resent that. They say, why am I wasting my time with this person who is out of touch with reality? What are your thoughts on the Bitcoin crash? I don't know anything about Bitcoin. I don't spend any time talking about it, and so I'm not the right person. I invested $50 into Bitcoin a long time ago, and that money is gone. So I'm not the right person to answer that question at all. But yeah, the other thing with cancel culture is people only really so my thoughts on cancel culture are this: you can't cancel someone that has more power than you. First and foremost, get back. You can't cancel someone that has more power than you. But cancel culture really only happens when you're not willing to stand on your opinion. Because I use it for different niches. I'm thinking traveling overseas and teaching. When it comes to cancel culture, you can safely assume that 50% of the people are going to agree with you, 50% of the people are going to disagree with you. And influencers have a nasty habit of trying to make everybody agree with you. They don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And so the people over the last, I don't know, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, the people that tried to play both sides of the fence when it came to ICE and Donald Trump, they lost lots of followers because they tried to play it in the middle, because they felt like they needed to have as many people as possible and they didn't want to ruffle any feathers. But if they had just came out and said, this is what I believe, this is who I support, they wouldn't have been canceled. A lot of people are being canceled. Like there's a guy like True Wellness or something like that over on TikTok. He got quote unquote canceled, or people stopped following him. They started unsubscribing because of his both sides argument that he tried to make about Charlie Kirk and then about the ICE killings. Is long-term income online realistic? My experience has been nothing lasts very long. So here's the thing: it all works. And yes, I've been doing this for 10 years. It's very realistic. If you can do the same boring thing every single day, if you can get comfortable with the boring. I was told if you have many interests, then solve one first and then expand. Yes, focus on one problem at a time. Get that successful, and then you can start branching out to other things. The reason why you want to focus on one problem at a time is you think of a Venn diagram and think about a group of people that are interested in basketball, and then think about another group of people that are interested in weight loss. Usually people will go to the internet to solve one problem at a time. And the people that are interested in weight loss aren't necessarily interested in basketball, and you're going to turn off the different niches with your content, and that sends negative signals to your uh to the algorithm, because the group of people that are interested in weight loss aren't interested in your basketball content. So yeah, solve one problem at a time, see how long it takes you to get it successful, and then you can branch out from there. Then you can start looking at other things. But it goes back to what I was saying before. In my opinion, all you need is to solve one problem. Don't try and, if you solve one problem good enough, you won't need to branch out to other niches. It's as simple as that. If you only help people lose weight, you wouldn't have to worry about anything else, because you'd be making enough money where you wouldn't have time, energy, or effort or want to try and solve anything else. But yeah, just focus on one problem. You'll be a-okay. And like I said, the problem should be um, a problem that you solve for yourself. Solve a problem for other people that you solve for yourself. Because chances are, if you solve that problem for yourself, there are hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands of people that have that exact same problem, right? Because in general, human nature, we're all the same. Our backgrounds are slightly different, but even those are the same. Our wants, needs, and desires are all the same. We just approach them differently. And so, if you solve the problem for yourself, and it can be something like a hobby, let's say you love detailing cars. There's somebody out there right now. I just had my oil changed. I just got back from oil change. There's somebody out there right now that wants to learn how to change the oil, or wants to learn how to start a mechanic shop. And you can help them with that. Yeah, just solve one problem. That's it. What was I saying? Well, I was saying something about influencers. Why you don't want to be an influencer? Because now influencing, you got to have you got to talk about everything, even if you don't care about it. But if you solve problems for people, like I said, you live forever. There's always going to be somebody brand new that has that problem that you can solve. There's always going to be somebody brand new that wants to learn how to change the oil on a 2013 Kia Sorento. There's always going to be somebody out there. With influencing, the pendulum swings back and forth. Think about the Kardashians. They were really hot, I don't know, 7 years ago. Now, I don't hear as much from them. I can't hit to save my life. Right? But I have YouTube videos that are getting views from 7 years ago, because they all solved problems or they answered a question. If you create content based on trending topics, oh, he should be injured. Based on trending topics, you got to keep creating those videos, because the trending topic is no longer trending. Right? Anyway, what questions you guys have, if any? What time is it? 29. If you have questions, definitely throw them out there. Be happy to get them answered. So, identify one problem. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to create a solution for that problem. The solution, I have consistent 500,000 traffic coming from Pinterest. Fate is under the control of God. Few win. Rest get zoned out by the algorithm. I would say the issue probably is, do you get them? Yeah, you got them. So my question for you, because I do pretty well on Pinterest and I don't have 500,000 traffic. I would say, what is the question? The first question I have is, what is your strategy? What are you doing? Are you linking to digital products? Are you linking to affiliate products? Are you linking to what's your process when you upload a pin? Because all of my pins either go to my YouTube video, they go to maybe a landing page or a digital product. Unfortunately, what some people have been taught to do with Pinterest is they've been taught to link directly to affiliate offers, and that's not going to work. Let's see if I can get one more at bat. That won't work. You can't link directly to affiliate offers. And are you creating content that actually invokes people to take action? Or are you just creating content for views? Intent is really important. Really important. People underestimate how important intent is. Are you encouraging them to take the next step? I have a big motivational page I used to make good money on, creator funded, that is inactive as it's no longer available. How could I use this now? Create a digital product. Either create a digital product or find one that's already built, private label rights, PLR, buy the PLR, add a sales page, and go from there. You can, or what you could do is you could build a mailing list. But what I would do is I would look at, you could do something as simple as like a guided journal that you create in Canva. Or you could do daily affirmations. You could sell daily affirmations. 365 days of affirmations. You could bundle it up. Infographic content and bridge Pinterest ads. So you're sending them to like a blog post. And what's on the infographic? Are you giving away too much information on the infographic? Because that's a thing I see a lot of people do too, is they wind up giving up too much information. And then there's no reason for them to click. There's nothing to compel them to click on your Pinterest pin if you're sharing all the information. If you're sharing the complete recipe on how to bake an apple pie on your Pinterest pin, why would someone click on your Pinterest pin? You know what I mean? If I can see the entire recipe and I can just screenshot it, why would I click on your Pinterest pin to go to the ads? Let me know if that makes sense. What? So your infographic content to I would say WordPress blog, and then include affiliate offers. What's the niche? Are you all over the place? Do you have one niche? Oh, get back. But with your motivational page, I look at something like I said, daily affirmations, guided journal. You can bundle them up and sell both. Go back, wrong way. Damn it. Anyway, let me know if that makes sense. Or you could, one of the cool things that YouTube just added is the ability to health niche. Okay, so what about health? Men's health, women's health, just general health? You got to be specific. I believe that the best way to build an audience, to build a following, to get people to buy stuff from you is to be ultra specific. I help X do Y so they can Z. Are you targeting everybody in health? The sun, the glare. Are you targeting everybody in health? Or are you targeting a specific group of people? And what are you helping them do? Late. What are you helping them do? What was I saying? I was saying something. I don't remember. I don't remember what I was saying. I help X do Y so they can Z. And be specific. Most likely, you're probably targeting women. I help women lose weight, gain weight, build muscle. I help X do Y so they can Z. I never get anything good anymore. You can even solve the problem that is video games. A lot of people, where 6% boost. A lot of people want help playing video games. And this is actually a perfect example. I didn't know that you could upgrade your player when I'm targeting both male and female. I'd focus on just females. I didn't know that you could upgrade your players. I didn't know how to upgrade your players in this game. And so what I had to do is I had to go to YouTube and I searched, how to upgrade the players or, how to make my players better. And there are a ton of videos out there walking me through the process. I don't have any socks. All right. Yeah, I would target, because Pinterest is mostly females. I would target mostly females. Faceless is very hard, isn't it? I recommend that everybody show their face and show up on camera. And the reason is, and I've been saying this more and more lately, faceless can work. But with faceless content, people are looking for a reason to leave. When you show your face, people are looking for a reason to stay, in my opinion. And that's what makes it kind of challenging, is when you're doing faceless content, people have their wall up. They have their guard up just a little bit more. When you're showing your face on camera, there's a trust factor. People trust you a little bit more, and they're willing to give you a little bit more leeway. Because you can see my face and my in the faces that I make, it's easier to build a connection, right? Because communication is both verbal and nonverbal. And as humans, we're looking at, that's a bad jump. As humans, we're looking at both verbal and nonverbal cues and clues. And so if you show your face on camera, you're building a connection. People will trust you a little bit more, both good and bad. And it's an opportunity to make more money. Because think about it like this. Every brand out there has a face. When you think of Progressive, you think of Flow, right? When you think of Geico, you think the little gecko. Every brand that's really successful, and even with Amazon, you think of Jeff Bezos. So I believe that you should create content where you show your face. Can you do it faceless? Yes. There are lots of people out there doing it faceless and having success. Are they the exception or are they the rule? Are there many more people having success showing their face or faceless? I would venture to guess that more people are having success showing their face. In fact, you're still here because I'm showing my face. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you while I'm playing video games. And I would say one of the biggest misconceptions out there is that nobody cares what you look like. And to some extent, people don't even care what you sound like. They just want their problem solved. Right? And if you can show that you can consistently solve their problems, they'll buy from you. They'll engage with you. That's what's most important. So is faceless hard? I think it takes longer to find success. It can be done. There are people doing it. I'm not going to lie to you and say that nobody's doing it, but I would look at all the people that are successful versus not successful. Are they faceless, or are they not showing their face? Or did they start off showing their face, figure out how to do it, and now they're not showing their face? If showing your face wasn't so important, we wouldn't have AI avatars that look like us, right? Because that's the newest push, creating AI avatars that look like, sound like us, so people can connect with us, even though it's not really us. Think about that for a second. How many YouTube videos, TikTok videos have you seen where people have created AI avatars so that they can identify with somebody or something? Whether it's a cartoon, whether it is mostly, or they're using HeyGen. Think about that. I check my swing there. What other questions you guys have for me? I thought I hit a home run. Anyway, what other questions you guys have for me? I thought for sure that was a home run. But I say all that. I have a couple faceless channels. That painting channel. I don't know if you guys know. I used to create content about talking about paint, boring old stupid paint. Best paint colors for this, best paint colors for that. I used to upload to that channel. It was faceless. I used to get B-roll from Storyblocks, and I would create images with Leonardo AI. I have a prompt specifically to be used in Gemini Nano Banana, which can create insane Pinterest pin bridges for pulling traffic for blog. Okay, great. But ask yourself, is the Pinterest pin giving away too much information? If you looked at it critically, and don't look at it like it's your business, ask yourself, is there so much information where I don't need to click on it, or does this Pinterest pin lead me to want more? That's a question you got to ask. Because if you're not generating any money, I know you didn't say that, but if you're not generating money, it's probably because your Pinterest pins are giving away too much information. It's not compelling people to click. It's not compelling people to take the next action. Does that make sense? I'm betting 333. That should be a double in the gap. He's going to get thrown out at third. Oh, he made it. Anyway, what other questions you guys have? Let me know if what I'm saying makes sense. Because if it doesn't make sense, I'll go back and try and rephrase it and explain it back. Oh, he got me. Damn it. I'll try and rephrase it and re-explain it. But I uploaded a video earlier today talking about 5 ways to make money with OpenClaw. Clawbot. It got so many names for the thing, I don't know. But I think that's a really cool video. If you're searching for a way, if you are looking for an opportunity and you have any interest in tech at all, I think that's a great way to go, because it's still relatively new. It's still it's so new that they keep changing the name. It's relatively new. There's not a lot of people on board yet, but I think there's a lot of opportunity to get started and find some success. In fact, I wish I could show you guys, but I bought a Mac Mini just so I could run a Clawbot. I don't even know what to call it. Just so I can run different things. And I actually might make a video later on talking about how I plan on using it, because there's some very specific things that I want to do with it. Let's see. Do you fail most times when trying to solve a new problem? I look at failure differently, but you fail at trying to solve a new problem because you have. I'm not. What do you mean? Let me ask you that. What do you mean? Because if you've never solved that problem before, you're probably not going to be successful in it. Do you fail most times when trying to solve a new problem? I would say by definition, yes, because it's not a problem if you solved it immediately. I want to buy a Mac Mini and experiment with Clawbot. I want to be. So what I would tell you to do, Randall, is if you don't want to buy a Mac Mini, get back. You start with like Amazon Web Services, and you can experiment with EC2 instances that way. So you can get like a virtual private machine. I got a bad jump. You can start with a virtual private machine that way. Make little to no money. Yeah, if you've never solved a problem before, you're gonna make no money. If you've never created content before, I think you're gonna struggle to make money because you don't exactly know exactly what to do, and it's more about consistency and persistence. Yeah, when it comes to Claudebot, Moltbot, whatever they're calling it these days, drop. You can run EC2 instances with Amazon Web Services. You could use Azure. You could even use DigitalOcean to get started. All of it has security issues. That's part of the newness of the thing. Is it if you're using free skills that you find off of GitHub, and if you don't securely secure your device, there's security issues. But if you're just experimenting, if you're just testing it out, but the best part about using a VPS is that it's not actually on your computer. So while there's security issues, it's not like you're running it on your primary desktop. And if they got access to your primary desktop, then you're screwed. Like for what I did is I created a whole new Gmail account. You can also go buy one of those like reloadable credit cards and put a reloadable credit card and only use the reloadable credit card for your Claudebot. And so if they get access to that, oh well, right? Yeah, I used a whole new Gmail account. I connected my Anthropic to the new Gmail account to keep it completely separate, or as separate as possible. So you don't need to buy one. It's nice to have, but you don't need to do it immediately. In fact, after I get off of the live, I need to configure. I need to keep working on it, because right now I'm working. I'm brainstorming away. I don't know if I said this earlier in the live, but I'm trying to brainstorm away and create an agent that will find videos that have a very good view to subscriber ratio in my niche, and it'll deliver 10 video ideas per week. And then it's going to go look at things like Google Trends and Google News, and other social media signals to try and find trends. And it'll give me 10 ideas. And then hello. And then I want to have another one where it's looking all through YouTube for go back. No, go back. Go back. Hurry up. Go back. Go back. Oh my God. It's looking through YouTube for trending topics. For example, like I tried it or I built it or whatever it might be. And it'll give me website AWS. Okay. And it'll give me 30 ideas for me to choose from every Sunday. That's one of the first ones that I want to create. Was that an offline throw? And so when I have those ideas, I can sit down and plan my week out. I make 5 videos a week. I'm going to have 30 ideas. I can pick the best whatever, make all those videos on a Monday and be done for the entire week. But trying to find video ideas takes a lot of time. And if I can outsource that, I've actually paid people to do that before. If I can outsource that, it'll save me time and it'll allow me to focus on other things. Eventually, I want to do the same thing with TikTok ideas. Go out, have it scrape TikTok for trending topics based on my niche, and kind of repeat the process. What else? I've got a list of ideas that I want to try and use it for, but one thing at a time. So that way I get it up and working, up and running. Eventually, I would like it, because right now I have an AI agent I have a few AI agents that take my videos from TikTok and they transcribe them. They do all sorts of stuff. They transcribe them. They put them in various places like Reddit posts and LinkedIn messages, LinkedIn posts and Twitter tweets or X tweets, whatever that's called. I might try and do something similar with my cloud bot. And then eventually, another idea that I have that I want to use it for, and what's really cool about everything that I'm telling you is that you could go out and build these and you could sell them. Because chances are, if someone like me is looking for these ideas, there are hundreds of thousands of people, not hundreds, there's probably 10,000 people that are looking for the exact same thing. But what I would like to create is a dashboard for my analytics, where every Sunday I get a report of my analytics, what's working, what's not working, what I should do more of. Late. Get foul. I use Claude Code. I figure Claudebot will do things like that. Yeah. Late again. Get foul. Yeah, so like everything that I'm telling you, you could essentially create a digital product that does that, whether it's a blueprint or you create a skill that you sell, or a skill that you create for free, but you get people's names and emails. And then you can drive traffic to your content, drive traffic to maybe a course that you create, teaching people how to build their own skills, teaching people how to use Clawbot. So much opportunity right now, but the opportunity is only for people that take advantage, right? The opportunity is not for people that sit around and think and hope and wish. It's for the people that go out and say, you know what? I'm going to try and figure it out while I'm doing it. I'm going to create a video. I'm going to create content. I'm going to create a digital product. And I'm going to figure it out as I go along. I'm not going to try and figure it out while I'm not going to try and get perfect at it. I'm just going to jump in, start doing it, and learn as I go. And if I make mistakes, the mistakes will be documented. I'll be making mistakes in real time, which people will appreciate. That's where the opportunity is. Moving fast. Don't try and figure it all out before you get going. Figure it out as you get going. All right. So, what are the questions you guys have? Is this making sense? Let me know if this makes sense. What I've been saying for the last hour. How many pitches does this guy have? There used to be, back in my day, with these baseball games, you could adjust where your hitter stood in the batter's box. What's your biggest online income stream? Digital products. Selling digital solutions. Followed by affiliate marketing, and then the YouTube partner program. All right. Many people neglect creating a great looking landing page when it comes to selling digital. I don't think you need a great looking landing page in the very beginning. I think that's only important when you're getting substantial traffic, because no one's ever said, I'm not buying this solution because this landing page looks ugly. Either the words on the screen connect with the audience or they don't. I've had landing pages that are black and white and just text. They sell just fine. Now, once you have proof of concept or you're getting substantial traffic, that's when you can make that pretty. That's when you can hire somebody to make it pretty. Yeah. So Randall, you would have such a great opportunity figuring things out in public, because people want to see the journey. They want to see, believe it or not, they want to see people struggling to figure it out because they struggle to figure it out. They like to see that whole process. They like to see how the cake was baked, how the cake was made. It shows that you're real, shows that you're human, and you don't have it all figured out. That's what made influencers, quote unquote, real in the very beginning, because they were just regular people trying to figure it out. And then once they figured it out, they became unrelatable. Let's see if this makes sense. I tend to figure things out on my own, but don't share or circulate with it. Early. Any other questions? I'm trying to go live for about an hour. We got about 5 minutes left. Let's see. Finally, a base hit. Anyway, what's really cool about the internet is that you don't have to be an expert. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to take action and commit to trying to figure it out on the way down. Commit to working through the problems, and you'll be in a really good place. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be a genius. You don't have to even know everything, because I for sure don't know everything about everything. Some people would say I don't know anything about everything. But as long as you take action, as long as you get started and get out of your own way, you'll be in a pretty good position for success. And if you're consistent and persistent, success is right there for you. A lot of people will try something for 2 weeks and say, "Oh, it didn't work." 2 weeks isn't enough time. 2 weeks is nothing in the grand scheme of things. Try it for 6 months. Try doing the same thing for 6 months. Try and sell the same digital product for 6 months. See what happens then. And measure the right things. A lot of people are only chasing views, which isn't a great measurement, and subscribers. Measure the number of visits that you're getting to your landing page. Measure the number of sales that you're getting, the click-through rate. Measure things like that. That's a better way to measure. Landing page, click-through rate. That's a better measurement. Don't just worry about views or subscribers. Anyway, one last call if you got any questions. If not, we'll see you tomorrow. The goal is to go live every single day at 1 o'clock Chicago time. What happened yesterday? Something happened yesterday. Oh, so every morning I go to the gym. I leave my house about 3:45. Yesterday, went to the gym, got home, and then we take the kids to school. As I was taking the kids to school, my car wouldn't start. It's crazy because I just used the thing mere hours ago, but my car wouldn't start. And so, what did I do? I had to go YouTube why my car wouldn't start. Anyway, turns out the key fob, the battery in my key fob stopped working, which is crazy because we've only had the car for a year. And the car wouldn't start because it's one of those keyless entry, it's a push button start. And so if the battery is dead, then you can't start the car. It said put the key in the left cup holder, and the left cup holder that didn't work. And so I wound up not being able to take the kids to school. I had to wait for my wife to come home so I could take her car. Then I had to get her car emissions tested. So yesterday was pretty busy for me. doing two things is a busy day for me. But that's why I wasn't live. But the goal is to go live every single day at 1 p.m. All right. You guys have a great day, and we will talk soon.